Hey guys, welcome to week 5 postpartum. So last week I talked about how things were going better and how postpartum depression and all that stuff was getting so much better. Literally the next day, I think I cried like hysterically multiple times and just felt really depressed and really upset. So there's that. So today, it's week 5. My hair is really dirty because I'm gonna get a haircut tomorrow, so I don't see a point of washing it, but it's really dirty. I'm in a t-shirt and some really bright purple leggings. So that's the mood. And my makeup is from yesterday because I didn't wash it off and I slept in it and wore it all day because I haven't washed my face. Good job, Ellie. Week 5 postpartum. Week 5 postpartum has actually gone pretty well. I've definitely felt more of just kind of the baby blues depression kind of creeping back. And I think that's just gonna keep happening over the next few weeks as my hormones regulate and as sleep just kind of comes and goes. Baby has been sleeping better some of the time. He actually went a stretch of 5 hours a couple of days ago, and that was like a miracle. And I don't know, it was a miracle. I'm so glad that he slept that long. Granted, he slept that long, woke up for his feeding maybe around like 3 o'clock in the morning, and proceeded to cry hysterically for the next hour and a half. So while we got 5 hours of sleep consecutively, which was great, he just lost it the rest of the time. He had some really painful gas or something like that moving through. And so he was like kicking and just like arching, and he was not having it. And when he gets those painful gas symptoms and things like that, there's nothing I can do. He's just upset and he needs to work through it. We do everything we can to help ease it. My dog's right there, by the way, in case you didn't realize that. That's what that brown lump is. That's my dog. But yeah, so he just kind of has to work it out. And so it's really unfortunate. And it kept us up until about 6 a.m. 5:30, 6 a.m., which Jay gets up for work at 6:30 and starts work at 7. And so the poor guy, it's keeping him up, those hours right before work, which makes him even more tired. Overall, my emotions have just been all over the place. He is breastfeeding better overall. We are using a new nipple shield that is helping with my pain because he is just not latching appropriately still. He just has a shallow latch. We've tried everything to get him to latch more deeply. They say he has a posterior tongue tie, but honestly, I don't think that's affecting it at all, because the fact is he just doesn't open his mouth wide enough. And so I know that he can't open his mouth because when he's screaming hysterically, he opens his mouth that wide. But when he gets to the breast, he, instead of being like a really good open, he just clamps down. So it's not quite a 90-degree angle, so it's not horrible. It's open a little bit more, but it's still really rough. And so we're using a nipple shield. I actually have been transferring off the nipple shield for the left side because the left side's not as tender and my flow is not as intense for him. And so he doesn't tend to clamp down as hard, but the right side is still really tender. And so we are still using nipple shield for sure on that side. As far as pains and things like that, my body is healing so much better. I'm feeling so much better. I believe I have lost all of my baby weight at this point. It's 6 weeks postpartum. I said before, I don't have a scale at my house, so I really have no idea how much weight I have lost. Last time I was at the doctor, I was at right over 4 weeks postpartum, and I really only had about 5 more pounds to lose. And so that weight shed really, really quickly, which for me, it just tells me that most of the weight was probably water weight. And so by increasing my water post-birth. I think I was able to flush out a lot of that. But I still have like, you know, a good little flabby belly and things like that. My stretch marks are still very much there. I don't know if they'll really go away as my belly firms up more once I start working out, but they're there. It's not the end of the world. I'm so happy I have my baby, so the least of my worries is stretch marks at this point. As far as my breasts and healing there, I have had really big issues with engorgement and getting hard lumps in my breasts from breastfeeding, mainly because I have an oversupply. So I can, at this point, get about close to 10 ounces sometimes in a single pumping session. And so I produce way more than baby needs. And so it gets really hard to kind of empty myself completely. Even after pumping for 30 minutes, I can still have like jet streams going, especially on the right side. The left side, not as much, but the right side produces significantly more than the left side. And I assume it's gonna keep regulating over time. It's been 6 weeks. That's typically the time that your breasts really start regulating your milk supply, and I hope that that happens sooner than later. But the lumps and the engorgement has been reduced significantly. I've been cleared to only pump every other time that we breastfeed. So if I am able to breastfeed him, I don't necessarily have to pump that time. I can do it every other time, which has been a lifesaver for me because I have been pumping and then feeding him for all of these weeks. And so now that he's actually starting to breastfeed, life is becoming so much better because I'm not in this vicious cycle of pumping, feeding, eating, sleeping, pumping, feeding, eating, sleeping. And so I feel like I'm starting to get my body back and my life back more and more. We have been, this past week, we have been breastfeeding during the day, and then I will pump and feed him at night, mainly just to give my nipples a break. They are just sore, they're tender, and no matter what I have used on them to ease that pain, it just is, mainly because he has a shallow latch. Over the night, typically Jay will be getting up with me, which is the best thing ever. Thank you, Lord, for a gracious husband that gets up with me. But he will get up with me. I will pump, he will feed baby, and then we'll go to bed. And so it helps me be able to have a solid like 30 minutes more of time that I can rest, because I'm not pumping for 30 minutes and then feeding him for 30 minutes. So we're able to kind of tie those together. During that time, we have been watching How I Met Your Mother. I think we're on season 5 at this point. We have been killing it. We have watched How I Met Your Mother from the beginning to the end multiple times. And so we're just going through it again because at 3 a.m. you just kind of need something to distract you, and we're too tired to talk to each other. I am really excited to start the 6 weeks postpartum and continue to go on through the next few weeks. It is kind of settling in the fact that I am going to be starting work back in about a month and a half, and that's terrifying to me. We are starting to need to look for daycare / childcare. I'm not sure what we'll do at this point because my hours are kind of weird at work. So we are trying to figure out all that stuff. I believe that's all of the update I really have. Like I said, my body is feeling a lot more normal. I'm feeling more energized. Baby is sleeping better on a regular basis. He's actually conked out right now. He's been conked out for most of the evening, which is kind of terrifying because that means that he'll probably wake up and be awake. But hopefully I don't know, hopefully he sleeps through the night. I think it's because he was up most of the night yesterday, so hopefully, I don't know, hopefully he'll catch back up on his sleep, and so will we. So I will end this clip with a image of my postpartum belly in case you guys wanted to see that and just kind of see how I'm healing, and that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please press the subscribe button. You'll be getting notified whenever I post videos, which is every week. And be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment if you have any thing you want me to video or anything you specifically want me to talk about. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Bye guys.